I'm president of the Beverly Grove chapter of the National Honor Society at Warren Harding for the 2022-2023 school year. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. I'm pleased to have so many supportive family and community members attend this evening to honor our 23 new inductees. We would like to say thank you to our National Honor Society advisors, Ms. Joan Elliott and Ms. Natalie Gore, for their continued support and dedication to students at Warren Harding. We would also thank our staff, community members, and Board of Education members for their attendance this evening. Most of all, a huge thank you to all the parents and family members who are able to attend tonight's ceremony. Your guidance, constant encouragement, and the encouragement of each of your students is what made this honor a reality. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Ms. Wendy Hartzell, the Chief Academic Officer of Warren City Schools, who will be giving our opening remarks.
Good evening. On behalf of the Warren City Schools Board of Education and the Office of the Superintendent, I would like to welcome both family members and students to tonight's National Honor Society induction ceremony. Unfortunately, Superintendent Shire had a previous scheduled family engagement which prohibited him from being here to celebrate this milestone with you, but he wanted to send his congratulations for this evening and all of you accomplished so far. I would like to congratulate each of you on the commitment you have made to yourselves, your peers, teachers, adults in your lives, and your community with your leadership both in and out of the classroom. You are a very special group of young people. This milestone is not just any milestone. It is a milestone. Think about what you had to do to get here. You have overcome adversity in a global pandemic, have been part of shifts in education from in-person learning to virtual and a little bit of both. You've learned to adapt, to pivot, to persevere, and by reaching this occasion is proof of your dedication, not only to strive to be the best version of yourselves, but as a role model to others. For this, you should be very proud. This week, I attended the 20 Under 20 event, which celebrates 20 amazing young people across Trumbull County for their academic and community achievements. To just be in that room, hearing the organizations and events each person was involved in, was amazing. And then I sat there and thought about tonight and how right here in the Warren City Schools, those of you sitting before me that are currently members of the National Honor Society and those being inducted this evening, how amazing each and every one of you are. Tonight you will be inducted into a global organization whose members share the same beliefs and commitment to academics, leadership, service, and character, and who not only share the beliefs, but act upon them in each of these areas. You are an inspiration not only to me, but to probably everybody that has met you. And this is just the beginning of your journey. I challenge each one of you to continue to be a positive influence to those around you, to push yourself beyond the status quo, to be part of the change that you want to see in your school, in your community, and in the world before you. Individually, each of you are amazing. Collectively, there are no limits for the positive impact you can have wherever you are. Congratulations to each of you here this evening, and I cannot wait to see the wonderful things that each of you will continue to accomplish. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with us this evening. I'm Joan Elliott, one of the advisors from the National Honor Society. It gives me great pleasure to have our guest speaker with us this evening. I've known our guest speaker for over 2 decades. He was one of my first students when I came to teach Harding. I won't tell you everything in 31 years. He looks rather young. He was a brilliant, kind, and caring young man. International Baccalaureate Biology course. He has not changed a bit. He has completed his Bachelor of Science degree at Western University, which was followed and completed by medical school at chose to move back to our area. He now serves the people in our Trumbull County. His profession has been a very rewarding one. Dr. Cash helps women gain their confidence after the seconds through restroom construction, gives accident victims peace and security, and allows them to get their lives back from a terrible trauma. Dr. Cash has shown as a high school student the same passion that he now brings to his career. It's an honor and it is a privilege to introduce you this evening.
All right. I might have to project, Dr. Cash.
All right, we're just going to wing it?
We're going to wait for Dr. Cash. Some batteries.
Can everybody hear me? Yes, all right. So, good evening, faculty, board members, parents, loved ones, and most importantly, our distinguished inductees to the National Honor Society. Round of applause. As a graduate from this fine institution and a native of Warren, Ohio, I'm humbled by the invitation and honored to speak to you tonight. It was a meager 26 years since I was sitting where you guys were, in the now ethereal auditorium of the old Warren G. Harding, affectionately known as the Tombstone now, so I hear. But it wasn't about until 2 months ago, when I was asked to speak at this event, that I found that remembrance that's symbolized by that tombstone, that symbolism. A live realization that I wake up every day as a truly happy, motivated, and some would say, successful individual with a flourishing career. My mind is a curse, racing with ideas and thinking of ways to make today better than yesterday, not only for myself, but for my patients. So I asked myself, how did I get here? To be completely honest, I probably couldn't have listed the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society if I were asked at random. I mean, at the time I was honored, right? I knew it was a big thing. No person in my family had done it previously. So therefore, I thought it was a nice college application booster, right? I looked around me and thought, it's kind of nice being around all the smart kids. I truly think I took for granted the actual reasons I was considered and selected by the Faculty Council. The pillars of the National Honor Society seem to be somewhat objective and straightforward in their wording, but let me share with you how these characteristics got me to the seat you are in tonight, and how adhering to these principles you can open doors and clear pathways of infinite success. So scholarship, each and every one of you are smart. You've met your GPA requirements, fine job. What does that mean? It means you have dedication to yourself and want to be the best, to never settle for mediocrity. There will always be the temptation to procrastinate, to study a little less, to be with friends, or to get on TikTok, or to play Xbox into the night. But you don't, all the time. You have respect for yourself. You are keenly aware that the key to success is to demonstrate that you are effective at reaching your goals and doing it well. You have discipline. You have trained yourself that above all the minutiae of life, that it's important to seek out your dreams and to make them happen at all costs. You sacrifice your free time. You say no to friends and family so that you can be on your A game. I would submit to you that you also have balance in all of this, or at least try to. For me, for 14 years of higher education and surgical residency after I left these halls, and every single day since, I have and will be dedicated to my Hippocratic oath to help others and to do no harm. I have to respect that I have fragile lives in my hands. My scholarly duties never end with learning new techniques or science. I have an obligation to train the next generation of medical students and residents. For this, I have to sacrifice many things personally, friends and family, sheer time, sitting at home, bored, waiting for the next facial trauma to call me in. But at the end of the day, I'm happy because I have balance. You can translate these ideas into any career, interaction with any person, relationship, or friendship. Leadership. I'm sure we have here student council members, first chair instrumentalists, athletic captains, among other named positions of leadership. Let us not forget about those unnamed leadership positions. Big brother, big sister, caretaker to a grandparent, babysitter, restaurant worker. A leader is effective. A true leader isn't the result of a popularity contest, but a person who can get the job done with the most efficient, cost-effective, and realistic way. A leader is flexible. They can steer their group in the direction of success even if the intended course gets disrupted. To do this, a leader must be creative, must think outside the box to attain the goal. And lastly, a leader must be likable. They must respect the group and empathize and consider all ideas of their peers. They must be approachable and never ridicule a person or idea. They are the glue that holds the team together. An actively running operating room has about 15 or more individuals whose sole purpose is to collectively take care of the patient, of paramount importance. This life is in their most vulnerable state. They're in pain, they could be dying, scared. The surgeon is affectionately known as the captain of the ship. All responsibility for getting that patient through the operation rests on my shoulders. I don't do it all, of course, but I do lead, I direct, I delegate. I'm on my high alert every second, with my eyes on the knife and the organ I'm trying to fix, but my ears are on the heartbeat. They're on the tone of the anesthesiologist's voice or the footsteps of my circulating nurse. I'm thinking to myself, is there any concern beyond the focus of my eyes and my hands? I have to be creative if I run into a challenge. There's often no time to order a new instrument or fix something that's broken. I have to be flexible simply because it's nobody's fault that the human body throws you a curveball on the operating room table. There's no one else to rescue me. Surgeons that are effective don't throw temper tantrums. They are approached by all members of the team in a positive way. I pride myself in my likability. That way I know my team will always have my back, and most importantly, will always give the best care to my patient, which in essence is the goal. You can translate this into any career, discipline, cockpit, boardroom, war room, or battlefield. Never lose sight of why you leaders are sitting where you are today. Service. In 1994, as a fresh person, I was approached by a senior to help compile a report of cataloging the volunteer hours of all the students in all the clubs and organizations. This was so that credit could be applied and recognized. I was floored by the amount of time given by my peers to the community, to hospitals, and even to the school. These were all selfless acts. They were not paid. Precious time was given to whatever person or entity for sheer mutual reward. Whether it was the humbling act of serving food at a homeless shelter or visiting the elderly at a nursing home, everybody won. We are all humbled by these actions because we get a chance to see adversity. We see people who are sick or dying, elderly who have actually nobody else. It is inspiring. We must consider this a lifelong commitment. I'm standing where I'm at today because I was lost for a moment in college. I went to Case Western Reserve to be a biomedical engineer, not a surgeon. Why? Well, Steven Spielberg could clone dinosaurs on the theatrical screen in Jurassic Park. I thought I could do that in real life. Well, I'm serious. I spent tens of thousands of dollars to make dinosaurs. I can't quite remember, but it was the amount of calculus and physics that turned me away. So I was lost for a period of time. I ended up going to the volunteer office of the Cleveland Clinic Foundation for no apparent reason. I wasn't going to be a doctor at the time. And there was a position open in the Department of Pediatric Surgery. So every Thursday at 5 a.m. for 3 years, I walked 4 blocks to the Cleveland Clinic from my dorm room and was ultimately trained to help parents navigate their day of surgery with their child. I got to go into the operating rooms, I got to see the surgeries, and I got to tell the parents that things were going to be okay. and here's why. Unexpectedly, I was inspired to become a pre-med and chemistry major and seek out a career as a surgeon. Currently, I'm proud to work for an institution that cares for patients in need, many times regardless of their ability to pay me a cent. These are some of the most rewarding cases because I can alleviate the tremendous amount of anxiety in those people if we can focus on their surgical problem and getting them well. Service, whether it's the nature of my job or your job, performing community screenings for me in skin cancer, enlightening young minds in careers in medicine, it's now become a paramount symbol of my work-life balance. Lastly, character. You are all highly regarded by your faculty, your loved ones, present or not, and each other. You have the GPA, check. You lead in some way, check. You have volunteer hours, check. The last pillar, in my humble opinion, is the most important. This is the one that you just can't quite put a finger on, character. I think character is part inherent, but it's highly nurtured by family, your peers, your mentors. You are reliable. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. We all falter, of course. You forget to clean your room or leave a dirty dish. But you all have heart. You care. You want to do well. You want to please your teachers, your parents, your peers, your bosses. You are courteous. You might find yourself walking in the shoes of others who are less fortunate or struggling with something in their life. You feel others' pain, and you do what you can to lessen this. You respect all people, whether it's authority or someone who looks up to you. You're a North Star, you're a lighthouse to a lot of people. Above all, you are honest. Honest to others, and most importantly, honest to yourselves. Always demonstrate humility and admit when you are wrong. Always respect constructive criticism. It will only make you better. Assess your shortcomings on a daily basis and choose one thing that will make you better individually, professionally, or just something you enjoy. As a chief resident in plastic surgery 10 years ago, I was able to perform most of the operations independently. Of course, under the eagle eye of my world-renowned chairman of plastic surgery. I thought I was hot you-know-what. As I was in the middle of dissecting the tip of a nose, I was immediately stopped by my attending surgeon. He simply said, "Switch places." Meaning, he was taking over the operation. I was embarrassed in front of all those 15 people in the room, and the atmosphere remained silent for the next 2 hours. At the end of the case, he asked, "Why did I stop you?" Instead of sitting in a cloud of humiliation at the time, I watched him like a hawk. I told him I realized I was heading in the right direction, and that would have directly affected the patient's nasal shape and outcome. Needless to say, I took that experience to heart and never made that mistake again. I thanked him and understand now because of this humbling experience I've grown as a surgeon. Builds character, right? And to this day, every maneuver, every cut, every stitch, I see through the lens of that experience. I'm honest with myself that I must strive to be an expert in any operation I'm doing. I'm always mindful to avoid being sanctimonious or omnipotent because I know I'm human like the rest of us. In closing, I cannot express enough how proud I am of each and every one of you, even though we may have never met. I feel the connection to all of you because we are in the same exclusive club, the National Honor Society. But a little more than that, we have found in ourselves and applied a collection of characteristics, motivation, and heart to do well in any aspect of life. You have all now laid a sound foundation to building a towering pyramid of success and self-worth. Our success is a blessing, and we must be thankful every day for the gift that we have. Like the idea of making dinosaurs, the point is to dream, to strive, to try, to fail, and to discover your unique purpose in life. The principles mentioned will apply in every stage of your education, career, family, and life. So my last piece of advice is to think about those core values from time to time. It's clear now that they were with me all along, and they will be with you if you take them as truths from today forward. Thank you again for the honor of speaking tonight. Congratulations, job well done. Let's get to the long-awaited important part, honoring you. Thank you.
obviously not as good at projecting as Mr. Cash, so I'm going to give us a moment to add some batteries to the microphone.
Thank you.
Look on your feet. Isn't that another one of the tenants?
Yeah. Members and those board members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. Through the years, members of our chapter serve as role models to other students in addition to the strong academic records that establish our eligibility for membership. Our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations that we serve through our school and community. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy to support our continuing work as an organization. We would like to acknowledge that our chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the standards to the effective demonstration of the four qualities that serve as standards of the National Honor Society. The officers of our chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. I'll begin with leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school, community, and students. Role models are extremely important when it comes to our honor society. We as members need to be examples for other students to prepare for opportunities to better their futures. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, a true leader strives to change and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The hardest part of leadership is learning how to help others accomplish what they need. It isn't easy to achieve this quality. It is something that is earned and respected. The benefit of the common good is what drives the leader to get hard work done successfully. Leaders can't expect positive change without taking the necessary steps and learning the needs of others without dedicated effort. Leadership is giving your full attention and focus to what you truly believe in. This is something that the National Honor Society values at its core. Just as Sean Ryan once said, dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. It's hard work that makes change. One of our blood drive liaisons, Nadia Peterson, will now lead the leadership panel. I would now like to introduce our Vice President, Madison Easy, who will be speaking on scholarship.
Hello, I am Madison Casey. I'm the Vice President of the National Honor Society. My speech is on scholarship. Scholarship is defined in many different ways. Dictionaries will often define scholarship as academic study or achievement and learning at a high level. As a member of the National Honor Society, scholarship means dedication and determination to academics. It is not just about having the good grades and the high test scores. It is about being able to put the work in and actually earn it, not cheating your way to them. James Russell once said, true scholarship consists in knowing what things exist, but what they mean. It's not memory, but judgment. It is not just looking up answers to know the answers, but it is about working towards the answer on your own to be able to actually understand them. Scholarship is about commitment to learning. This commitment should continue throughout a person's life, even after formal education is ended. Choosing a mechanical scholarship is you not only promise to dedicate yourself to school, but dedicate yourself to never stop learning. Allow everything in your life to help teach you, even when you feel as though you're not learning. Lighting the candle for a scholarship will be one of our lovely liaison officers, Carly Paxton. Our next speaker will be Haley.
Hello, my name is Katie Gable, and I am Secretary of the National Honor Society, and I will be speaking on service. Albert Einstein once said, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." After being inducted into the prestigious National Honor Society, not only must you dedicate your time towards good leadership, scholarship, and character, but you must be willing to contribute to your community and give your time to community service. What is community service? This is donating your time and compassion to those in need. So on those days when you would rather sleep in or play the newest Fortnite update, your time and devotion to volunteering will make a bigger impact on the community. Even contributing in the smallest ways, whether that's donating a can of food or serving at a soup kitchen, you will make a bigger impact on a person's life. As the new generation of Warren G. Harding NHS members, do not take this position for granted. You will have a long journey of service ahead of you, so do not waste this opportunity. People are going to look up to you and try to emulate your character and service. When you are alumni and look back at your accomplishments, you will be proud of the service you have done for this community, for others, and for yourself. I am honored to welcome you into this new chapter of your life, and I hope you are ready to influence other people's lives. Now the service name will be lit by lovely liaison officer, Yavana Kiribatra. Now welcome our treasurer, Abigail Butler.
Hello everyone, my name is Abigail Butler and I am the treasurer of National Honor Society. Human greatness does not lie in wealth or power, but in character and goodness. People are just people and all people have faults and shortcomings, but all of us are born with basic goodness. A young girl by the name of Anne Frank wrote this quote when she was just a mere child. As a lot of you know, Anne Frank was behind for many years during the Holocaust and kept a diary of her friends. In this diary, it is clear to see that Anne Frank never strayed away from having a kind character or for basic goodness, no matter how hard life became. It is our job as National Honor Society members to hold this basic goodness to a standard and be leaders for our community. It is a direct reflection on our character and our own goodness. We are a representation of morality, responsibility, and courtesy. Though today we don't experience those extreme struggles of the past, there are still many other struggles that we face in our day-to-day life. Things like poverty and violence abundant in our own community. But it is through our kindness that we make this world a little bit of a better place. During my own time in National Honor Society, I've been able to build my own character and my outlook on life. I've done the principles of respect, ethics, and honesty. It feels good to know that we are making positive impacts on the community, all through the kindness of our own character. One of the most important qualities of being part of the National Honor Society. The candle representing character will now be lit by the liaison officer, Brooklyn Brown.
certificate of membership and sign the official chapter register. You will then step across the stage and light your candle while the oath of our statement. I would like to begin tonight's induction with Mallory Barkley. Karen Bachman. Amaria Virginie. Karina DiCarlo. Lillian Lowry. Elijah Cycler. John Bolton. Cameron Gator. Donovan Boyd. Faith Code. Jacob Doherty. Nilvia Munoz Espinosa. Caleb Gardner. Nathan James. Mia Jones. Carter Dunn. Lauren McCormick. Carlesia Rogers. Camille Richardson. Jayla Richardson. And finally, Brenda Moore. At this time, will the new attendees repeat after me and announce the National Honor Society pledge? I pledge to uphold
Pledge to uphold
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
to which I have been selected.
to which I have been selected.
I will be true to the principles for which it stands,
I will be true to the principles of which it stands,
and will maintain and encourage
and will maintain and encourage
the high standards
the high standards
of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
of scholarships, leadership, service, and character.
You may now blow your candles. We would like to invite your parents up to please take your seat. You can all be seated, and it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sandra Williams, the head principal of Board Tonight, who will begin our closing remarks.
Good evening. Congratulations to tonight's inductees, and a special thank you to all of you who came out to recognize our well-deserving students on this special occasion. I would like to take the time to also thank advisors, Ms. Moore and Ms. Elliott, for coordinating and organizing tonight's ceremony, and also taking our students through the process. To the inductees, you have done very well. Your character, scholarship, leadership, and service have led you to this place this evening, a member of the National Honor Society. And I also would like to welcome you to a very prestigious club that I had the honor once upon a time, many years ago, sitting where you sat. This time marks just the beginning of a new adventure, a new mission, to work and serve even more and better than before. Yes, you will have individuals looking at you, and you will have individuals expecting things from you, but just carry on being the person that you have been, and you will do just fine. This journey is about striving to reach your potential. Congratulations on this fine achievement and accomplishment. It is an honor to walk and work with you during this journey. It is a very special occasion, and do not take it lightly. We are very proud of you on this evening, and we will definitely make sure that we are with you all the way as you continue to serve, lead, show great character, and to make sure that we have all the scholarship that we can do. At this time, they would also like me to let you know that we would like to have everyone who is able to remain for refreshments after the ceremony. They would like to also have all our inductees to stay for a picture so that we can get everything ready for the yearbook. But it is my honor to be your principal on this evening, as I am very proud. Congratulations.